Are you ready?
My name is Vanda.
Have you ever caught yourself expressing yourself in a way that made you think, oh my goodness, who or what was that? How we express ourselves is very indicative of where our energy is or what is really going on with you subconsciously, consciously, and that tells a story of where you are emotionally. So, welcome to raising your awareness to self-expression. So for me, self-expression, and actually, truthfully, it's expression, is a ray of light that helps you indicate between your positive nature and your negative charges that contribute to your experiences, between balancing your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your thinker, your feeler. It's like an indicator. How are you expressing yourself comes from a deep-seated knowing from within. So let's just take this a little bit, not higher, but a little bit inward in understanding. If expression is a ray of light, how you express yourself lights up to indicating your knowing of how you are expressing and communicating who you are being. Now, in saying that, it's like how we express ourselves shows us where we are emotionally, right? So have you ever seen a happy, angry moment? No. That defies the expression of that emotion being expressed. So that emotion of being angry, or rather anger, gets its way to express itself and indicates, it kind of signals you, all right, to let you know you are angry. It's how you're expressing yourself. So what happens when we are now hiding or ignoring or conscious of these indicators that are truly giving us a signal of what's going on? What happens when we are internalizing it or holding back or kind of hiding it and kind of just masking it so that you are giving a false expression that of a smile that is not felt within you and it's not vibrating? What happens when those things are being expressed through you? Well, let me introduce to you the contrast of that. Have you ever seen a heartbeat? How it is expressed in the monitor once you go to an ER or a hospital or just a monitoring machine? Those are called pulses. The pulse of that emotion is sparked. And in that sparking, you have a contrast between a high and then a low, and then another high and then another low. That segment of intentional frequency is like arrows and sparked. It's like very jagged, where you are, when you are in harmony with yourself, the vibrational attunement is more of a rhythmic wave. It's just flowing. It still has its highs, still has its lows, but it's a vibrational attunement that is constituting to that ripple effect of that expression. When it's jagged and it's sparky, it's like an electromagnetic charge or a thunderstorm. It means that energy has got a pulse of energy and it's pulsating through your vibrational blueprint, which is your energy field. That is when you know that you have met that energy that has sparked a trigger within you. That is called expression. So in that ray of light is either a wave or it's a pulse or a jagged energy that is like a thunderbolt. It's like a bolt of energy that is reaching you. So why is this important? Well, these are one of the things that you're able to shift, change once you are aware of it. Expression normally is expressed through where I call your throat chakra. It's what are you saying? But there are also ways that we say a lot of different things, right? Oh yeah. There's a lot of expressions, our body, our intelligence, who we are, our eyes, our whole sensory, how we stand, our postures, our color, how we cross our fingers, our signals, all those things that constitute a sensory communication we receive. Those are pulses of our intuition. We have a sensory. It's called as being empathic and also empathetic to the environment that is being expressed around us. So where can you control this? And how can you control this? Very simple. It starts with you first. How you express your ability to connect yourself into your higher self is probably the most vital tool and ingredient of all times. When you catch yourself expressing yourself with lower energies or aggressions or distortions or frustrations or anxieties or worries or fears, there is no way that vibrational rhythmic pattern is going to continue flowing. Sooner or later, it is going to pulse into these sparks of pulses like bolts. Why? Because that is law. We have a balance between how we are connected to what we are saying and what we are communicating and saying. That absolutely is real. Now, some people have an inadequate ability, to maintain a straight face while they're lying. Or some have the ability to contain themselves from laughing. Some people have the ability to maintain an emotional, balanced way when there are bolts of anger and bolts of chaos and bolts of confusion going on and stresses. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't impact you or it doesn't kind of nudge you with awareness and a sensory ability to understand what your social space feels like and looks like. How you express yourself inwards will always have the ability to overpower any bolt. So how do you do this? How do you interrupt an expression from somebody else that bolts or that compresses you, nudges you, that you sooner or later give yourself that leeway and you express yourself in a way that you recognize that it's not really your higher self, it's not your kind self, it's not your loving self, but it's managed to bolt itself away, that it's poked you, triggered you, and created some kind of reaction within you. How do you avoid from those bolts reaching to you and giving yourself the opportunity that your waves are able to outweigh the bolts that are around you? That's a great question, and the wisdom is within you. If you are able to tune in and express to your higher self and to within you your intention. Everyone knows about setting an intention, but how many times have you throughout your day set the intention to connect to your higher self? How many times do you set the intention to be kinder and less reactive? How many times you get into your car and you set the intention to have a great time while you're driving versus to be reactive to the driver that is complaining about something or on the phone or ignoring a signal? So it's seldom that we do because we get caught in this ruffle-tuffle way of living and we are just getting there. It's as if we are in the survival mode of emotional waves when we do have the power to just set the intention. Do you know that just setting the intention shifts your vibrational equity of expression to serve your higher self? Wow, isn't that like unbelievable? If we just remember the little simple things that create the biggest details of this tapestry and this thread of life that weaves everything together intentionally to support us, so that we are able to be expressing who we really are and who we are becoming, not the expression of self and lower self that is irritated and frustrated and compulsively aggressive. It's like an addiction, right? So it's like the more aggressive you are, the more aggressive you want to be. The more you want to, the more shouting you do, the more shouting you want to be. Because why? It creates an interruption. It creates a what? What happened? So it interrupts everything. So I want to ask you, everybody wants to be powerful. Everybody talks about being your true self. Everybody's talking about manifesting, creating your best life, being your best self, touching your potential, unleashing the power within you, doing what's great, doing what's good. And yet the little simple things that contribute to all those things are being ignored, are not even being mentioned, are not even being considered. That your intention to serve your higher self starts with your intention to be good to you and expressing a love for self. That is key, right? So the saying that if you can't love yourself, you can't love somebody else, is it true? Well, it is true to the point that you're going to run out of energy if you're not connected to the higher self from a higher good and from a place that gives you. How many people do you know that sooner or later they throw out the toys out of the garden and say, I cannot give anymore. I am tired. I'm distorted. I'm exhausted. I don't want to give anymore because it wasn't given from a place of a higher self, from the fountain of wisdom, from the fountain of knowing that there is a cornucopia and abundance to giving and expressing that love that creates life. Do you see this ivy going crazy with the other ivy? You don't. There's a natural law and process of life in itself. It's how it's expressed within you. So I do want to raise your awareness to how you express yourself is of the utmost importance to whom? To you and only you. But it is you that has the power to create this wave and oscillation of expression that is shared with the world from a place that you're expressing love for yourself. When you're expressing this knowing and wisdom and love, that gets expressed through an energy wave bandwidth of energy that touches you. It's like music. When music is created from a beautiful space of delight and celebration and in a high vibration, that vibration is passed through the ether and touches you. And then it either inspires you, or it moves you, or it tantalizes you, or it pokes you and reminds you of vibrational ideas that come from your inner spirit. But then the same goes with when the vibration is sparky. Sooner or later you go, I can't hear that music anymore, or I can't hear that news anymore, or I can't hear that radio anymore, or I can't hear that person anymore, or I can't hear that person with that distorted ego anymore, or I can't hear that shouting anymore, I can't hear those arguments anymore, because you are full. There's no rejuvenation or regeneration in that energy. It's all consuming. That expression, suffocates you and disorganizes the mind and distorts you. That's why people are more and more stressed out and filled with anxiety and delusional options of what a healthy day looks like. A healthy day looks like that was a mosquito biting me right there. Can you believe that? Now, I could either love this mosquito, or I could express my feelings that it was vampirizing my face. Which one shall I express? I'm going to hold that one in. I want to express something else right now. Right, so in that expression, you want to master your ability to what you are feeling. Because it's in that feeling that you hold your power. I could have called that mosquito something else. I chose not to, but I didn't suppress it either. I paused. That's a real life example right there. If we can do that as humankind, we are able right there and then to interrupt this madness and this chaos that is consuming our social networks, that is infiltrating our homes, through our children, through music and social media obligations of influence that create an emotional distress in parents, children, the elderly, friendships, relationships, all over. Expression is such a powerful, powerful, powerful ray of light. It is so vital that we learn as human beings how to express kindness and love, because you're going to go crazy trying to kill these mosquitoes, right? And the mosquito is part of the environment. It's serving some kind of benefit to something. So don't put yourself in a place where mosquitoes are going to go bite you. And when they are, prepare yourself for it. That's just an example, but it's a great example of life. So, expression is a ray of light. Where is it expressed from? From within. There are big days how you express yourself. Oh, I'm connected, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm celebrating life, I'm setting positive intention, and then boom, something just knocks you off the feet. Well, bugger that, freak that, and all of a sudden the cuss words come out, your emotions get distorted, and life is... Learn to master what it feels like to interrupt something when you know it doesn't feel good. By you learning to interrupt what is interrupting your inner well-being, your higher good, and your expression of being able to vibrate and say and share the greatness and the words and the love and the threads that create life, that is when you know that that ray of light is vibrating to a degree that pulsates life, that creates the goodness that you want. For me, that is an expression. That is an expression worth expressing. That is an expression that has the power to express love and greatness in the world. I hope that helps.
My name is Vandava.